back here on Edge of Sports Radio. Our first guest, the Executive Director of the NFL Players Association, DeMaurice Smith. D, how you doing, sir?
Man, fantastic. Happy to be here.
Is this a good time of year for you, or is it an insane time of year, or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. Moving into the end of the season, obviously, playoffs are an intense period for the players. And then for the Players Association, we go from here to our bowl game in California, then obviously to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii, then you have the Super Bowl, and then right after the Super Bowl, we go right into team meetings. So busy couple of months.
So that's what makes it intense for you, because we all get why it's intense for the players.
Intense staff-wise. This is a period of time where our great staff really earns their stripes. I mean, they are pretty much going 24/7 from now until the end of March.
Wow. Well, let's get back to this statement that you guys put out about the right-to-work laws in the state of Indiana. So let's start with the big question here. Why? This is not typical for a sports union to do in a situation like this. Why did the NFLPA, why did you feel compelled to put that statement out?
You know, first and foremost, coming into this job, it was important that our young men understand that they are just alike every man and woman in America who works for a living. The minute that any sports player believes, for whatever reason, that they are working or they exist outside of the management labor paradigm, I guarantee you, the minute you start thinking that way is the day that you will start to lose ground. Our guys get their fingers broken, their backs broken, their heads concussed, their knees torn up because they actually put their hands into the ground and work for a living. And I would much rather have them understand and appreciate and frankly embrace the beauty of what it is to work and provide for your family. So, you know, the next step to that is we are in lockstep with organized labor. I'm proud to sit on the executive council of the AFL-CIO. Why? Because we share all of the same issues that American people share. We want decent wages. You want a fair pension. You want to be taken care of when you get hurt. You want a decent and safe working environment. So when you look at proposed legislation in a place like Indiana that wants to call it something called right to work, but you realize that
tricky phrase, right to work.
Very tricky phrase. I mean, let's just put the hammer on the nail. It's untrue. This bill has nothing to do with a right to work. I mean, if folks in Indiana, if in that great legislation, and they want to pass a bill that really is something called right to work, have a constitutional amendment that guarantees every citizen a right to a job. You know, that's a right to work. What this is instead is a right to enforce and to ensure that ordinary working people can't get together as a team, can't organize, can't stand together, and can't fight or negotiate with management on an even playing field. And from a sports union, from our union, our men and their families understand the power of management and understand how much power management can wield over an individual person.
What would you say to someone who said, well, people who oppose this kind of right-to-work legislation, they're just doing it to protect unions. They don't care about the majority of workers who aren't in unions.
Well, look, take a look over the last 50 years, really the last 100 years, and I used to say that we have forgotten a lot of the lessons from organized labor over the last 100 years, but I'm now convinced that we never learned them as young people. But, you know, whether or not you're talking about fire escapes outside of buildings or sprinkler systems inside of buildings, fair wages for a fair day's work, laws that prevent child labor, things that led to the abolishing of sweatshops in America, let alone management contributing to health care plans or a decent pension. All of those things over the last 100 years were not gifts from management. Someone in a corporate suite didn't decide one day that they would bestow that wonderful right upon a working person. The way those things were achieved were through the collective will of a group of workers who stood together and said, this is what we believe is fair. And we are all going to stand together and demand that those things be provided to us. and we're going to do it as a collective group. You might be able to pick off one of us or two of us or five of us, but you will not be able to pick off all of us. And when you look at legislation that is designed to tear apart that ability to work as a team, that is not anti-union, that's anti-working man and women. And that's why we weighed into this one.